He tested positive for meth.
I'm so depressed. I'm homeless. I couldn't. I've been so clean for so long, Your Honor.
Homeless, not working yet. You can use meth, right?
I was so depressed, and I'm so paranoid about sleeping on the streets. I've been clean for so long, Your Honor. You don't know how long I've been clean. And it's just my state of mind. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I did it.
Well, I have no choice, Mr. Cabrera, but to do one thing now. You know what that is, right?
Saved my life.
Good. That's what we want to do. We want to get you off any and all dope for all time. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that that happens. He goes with you. All right. No, I don't even. Well, what's the bond at now?
I think it's kind of academic because I don't think people make bonding here.
So I think what we should do is set them up for a TRAS, see how we go forward. They may say residential is the way to go. I don't know. But at least we can get a headway of how to move forward. What's the best way? Because we don't know how deep the addiction is, right? So, and I mean, he's saying it's going to save a life. So, do you mind? Okay. And then I guess let's set it to beginning of next week. So hopefully by then we'll have the report so we know how to, unless you want to do something. It's 9:24, right?
Yes.
So now we're what, 10:29, so that's how are you? You're
confused.
Jamal Brown?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Jamal Brown, you are wanted out of
Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. Yeah.
for
That's 13,000.
another theft case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6. Doesn't get better.
I already signed.
I got it. So what I see, you signed for 10 months state jail. Okay. I see that you signed with 97 days credit. I see that you.
A courtroom reveals more than crime. It shows struggle, addiction, and survival. One man admits relapse after homelessness and fear. The judge balances discipline with hope, aiming for treatment over punishment. Behind every case lies a deeper story where justice meets humanity and decisions can shape the path between falling further or finally rising again.
It's been waiting for at least 35 days in jail. That probably it gives you around 130 to 132 days credit from what I see. Even if I give you a bond right now, a PR bond, you're not going anywhere because you have a sentence to serve. So even if I give you a bond, you're just going to sit there until they take you to state jail. So there's nothing, what I was telling Abel here is that you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because you got time that you got to serve. So there's nothing that I can really do to force them to take you to state jail. I don't know why. I mean, is it booked at the Gills or what?
Sometimes they'll have them sit in the county jail until their time is almost up and then start the process to release them.
I will say that county time is a lot easier than state jail time.
Yeah,
So that's kind of a blessing in disguise, you know?
I don't want to do county time. I'd rather go to state jail. If you
But
could
it's
give
up
me
to them when TDC decides to pull.
I know you give me a PR bond, that'd be fine. And I'll go from there. I don't want to do county time.
That's not going to happen, man.
Okay, so why did you tell me
You
that?
got 10 months.
He said even if he gave you.
I know, but I'm
That's right.
trying to leave. I'm trying to leave county so I can go to state jail because I have other things I want to take care of. Want to get my 20%. I don't want to stay in county time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if you could give me a PR bond so I can wind up doing my state jail time and I go and take care of my Louisiana time.
Me giving you a PR bond doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get you to state jail any faster.
Okay, but if you could, that's what I'd like to be granted.
Okay. Is there any way to expedite him to get to state jail? What did they say?
Well, I haven't talked today extensively about this yet. We just knew that we have to approach with council today. As far as I know, whenever I've tried to reach out to state jail or like TC about when they're gonna pick up, they usually don't give me like a specific day that they're gonna do it. I could reach out, but I can't guarantee that they're actually gonna say they'll pick up anytime.
And it's kind of early still. You want to reach out today to see what he has to say about this?
Yeah.
And then, if he can, try to put in a call to state jail to see what's going on. You know, the 20%, doesn't that come from a judge anyways?
No, it comes from the drug program. The Harris County gives it 20%. I was down there last year. It gives it 20% when I go down there, but I have to go down there in order to receive my 20%. I don't want to necessarily do 10 months in county because I didn't sign for 10 months in county. I signed for 10 months state jail. And I would like to go down to state jail so I can be able to, go to the law library, write Louisiana, and start taking care of business down there because they don't have the proper materials down here in Harris County.
Can you also reach out today and ask him, because he's doing 10 months state jail, is Louisiana still interested in him? Do they still want him?
Okay, yeah.
A lot of times when someone gets sentenced to prison or state jail time, the demanding jurisdiction, meaning here, Louisiana, will release the hold. But because here it's only state jail time, not that much granted, and you're like you're saying, you're getting 20%, they may want to keep the hold so that when you do get your time done in state jail, at that point they'll ship you off to Louisiana to deal with that.
That's what I like to have.
Yeah. So give me a little bit of time. I'm going to reach out to another prosecutor to see what we can do about trying to get you more information. I can't guarantee anything, but we'll try.
Yeah, please.
Well, worst they can say is take a hike, but we'll try for you.
Yeah, so I have a question. So they was going to keep me here to hold for 10 months.
Sorry?
They was going to try to keep me here for 10 months and keep resetting.
No. We'll get you to state jail, but the problem is that they're probably not going to release the Louisiana hold.
That's fine. I would like to go to state jail. I wouldn't want to do no time in county.
Let's try to get you there. We'll try to get you there. Okay.
So wait, I have a question. So they was going to continue keeping me here because last time I came here.
Inside this courtroom, lives intersect under pressure. A man battles addiction. Another faces repeated theft charges, each carrying consequences shaped by past decisions. The system moves forward, weighing risk, responsibility, and rehabilitation. Judges, lawyers, and defendants navigate uncertain futures where every ruling not only punishes actions, but also attempts to redirect lives toward accountability, stability, and change.
And I never seen
No, like I said, my experience is when someone gets sent to state jail or prison, they release the hold. That's my experience.
Our fugitive case isn't actually keeping him here. It's just we are waiting on state jail to come in again.
But look, we're going to try to reach into it for you, and then I'll bring you out a little bit and tell you what we find. Okay? For sure.
Date for a plea?
Just move over just a little bit.
Mr. Ratcliffe,
How you doing?
Ratcliffe, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail. Actually, it's a year. It's an A, right? You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 6 days that you've done. You need to understand this charge will go on your record. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
You also, it looks like you still have the case upstairs. Is that one going away or?
He wants to try to bond out the fight.
If he's gonna go away, I sit in here. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna give me time served or whatnot, I sit in here and
Best thing that you can do, Mr. Ratcliffe, is you got to show up. When
I'm
you
gonna show up
to
yes,
court,
sir. I got you.
it's happened.
Yes, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
I'm not in control over that case, but you got to show up. When you
Yes, sir. The only
do,
reason I ain't come to court this time because I ain't had no way. I ain't had no way to get to it.
there's a will, there's a way, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Ratcliffe.
Yes, sir.
No,
I got you. Yes, sir. I got you.
When you come, I mean, we all work to make sure that everybody gets the best result.
Yes, sir.
No?
Yes, sir.
Now here, they've offered you 30 days in jail, give you credit for the 6 days that you've done. But like I said, you're not getting get out because you still got the case upstairs. But you
Yeah.
got to understand, next time you pick up a new case, come back.
Yeah, 90, I got you.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, your possible immigration consequences, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it will go on your record. You can never take it off.
Yes, sir.
This is what you want to do.
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is that if you go back to this place, they're going to arrest you right again. So
Yes,
I
sir.
wouldn't go back to
You
this
gotta
place.
worry about me going back. I got you.
All right, so
This courtroom reflects society's toughest realities: addiction, crime, and second chances. Defendants stand at crossroads, some seeking help, others trapped in cycles they cannot escape. The judge's role goes beyond sentencing. It becomes an effort to protect, guide, and sometimes save lives. In these moments, justice is not just law, it is a struggle to restore order and humanity.
Mr. Rockett, this way.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Casares.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Casares, you're charged with, I think I remember this case. You're charged with indecent assault. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Is this the one where there's a maid?
Yes, Your Honor.
The complainant was employed as a housekeeper in the defendant's home. The complainant was cleaning up the house when the defendant approached the complainant and told the complainant to touch it. The complainant refused to touch the defendant and the defendant grabbed the complainant's right hand and placed it on the defendant's genitals over his clothes. The defendant eventually left and told the complainant not to tell anyone about the situation. The defendant later approached the complainant as she was cleaning the bathroom, and the defendant entered the bathroom and locked the door. The defendant then grabbed the complainant's right breast, removed her face mask, and began kissing the complainant. The complainant believed if she kept ignoring the defendant, he would stop. The defendant did eventually stop and left the bathroom. The officer observed text messages between the defendant and the complainant, where the complainant stated she wanted nothing to do with the defendant, and her decision was firm.
Okay. Mr. Casares, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm issuing what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies her as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a, additional case against you, violation of a protective order, and things will go sideways quick. You have a lawyer. He will take care of you. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Olson, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So if you pick up a new case, violate conditions, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You guys, let's talk about bond. There's no bond set at this time. You guys have a recommendation?
5,000.
Judge, I would ask for 2,500. He has no contact with the complainant.
Any criminal history that you guys see?
Yes, Judge. He was on a 2-year probation out of Bexar County and for a DWI, but this was in 1990. And then he had another charge for a possession of marijuana in 1992 out of Bexar County, and the disposition on that is unknown. But those are his only 2 other charges.
Those are the only things you see?
Or residency, I see, Your Honor, just
Please. Assuming that's it, Mr. Casares, I'll tell you now that I will do everything in my power to protect the city at all costs. I think that, and I firmly believe that everybody deserves at least one chance. I will give you a PR bond now, but I'm not going to give you another one. If you pick up a new case, you become a danger to our city, I only have one place for you, and that's lockup. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll set the bond at 2,500. I'll give you a PR bond and then go from there. He needs to sign, the MOA. Also, we'll put other conditions for him, no contact and no weapons, and that's it for now.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, guys. Thank you, Mr. Austin. All right, sir, do not leave until we get you to sign all the paperwork. Okay.
Right this way.